Never forget to listen.
Sometimes, I find myself dissecting people's sentences. Their words, expressions, body positions. I like to read into the silence, the gaps in between each word, the dramatic pauses. You see, I find most of my answers, and they're quiet. It's just that I'm actually listening. Not enough of our youth leaders possess this character trait. Teachers aren't listening past the classroom walls. That little girl who stood up and recited her paper. You heard her words, but did you listen to the shivering in her voice, to the wobbling of her legs, to the sweat beads on her forehead, her friend 2 rooms down? Did you listen to the jump when you went to touch her back? Or the blank, lost in disappointment gaze that is no longer paying attention to you, but only just imagining the almost empty refrigerator he has to come home to, or the sound that escapes her lips when her shirt brushes too hard against the bruises on her back, or the absence of the little boys whose desk is only good for collecting up dust and not listening hard enough. There are 3,030,000 dropouts a year in the United States along with my teachers. If you're doing this for the check, you might as well check out with your students, because those books in college don't prepare you for the kids who are coming about the streets into the classroom, stomach growling, hungry, mom on other things, the struggle of things like mom's on crack, where daddy at type things like I gotta protect my little brothers and sisters from the punches, daddy swings type things. College could prepare you for those type of things. For the kids who are coming about the streets into the classroom broken with bruises, can't you see? There is a disconnect between our teachers and our students, and I'm sorry. Because it's not just your fault. The discipline starts at home, and our parents aren't listening either. Oh no, not my child. Yes, your child. So take your preconceived notions and rid your ears of them. Wipe the smut from your glasses and pay attention. Your son who walked in at 3 in the morning, pants hanging off his bottom, eyes as low as his absent father. If you bothered to chastise him in another way that wasn't cursing or hitting, you understand that he gets high to escape life. But you would tell him if he dealt with his problems on his own, he'd be a lot more stronger. You tell him that he doesn't have to carry this world on his shoulders, that he is just as much of a man as any other because he is doing it without his father. You tell him that you love him regardless. All of our leaders, parents, teachers, preachers are all stuck on how this generation is reckless, shaking your heads in the background, but who's going to step out and leave that lost child home? Tell that little girl that having his baby isn't going to make him stay. Tell that boy that making him slits down his wrist isn't going to make the pain go away. Who is going to step out and push for this change? Because if not, we're going to have a lot more babies having babies. Classrooms are going to get emptier. This drug getting bigger. Jailhouses fuller. The cemetery is going to be home to too many of your children. There's going to be another 8,300 to drop out tomorrow if there is no one to put in effect this change today. Take your preconceived notions and rid your ears of them. Wipe the smut from your glasses and pay attention. This isn't a teenage rebellion, but a loud, screaming cry for help, and if only you were listening, you know that.